Great. So selling energy improvement strong through the shoulder seasons. That's the topic here today. Real brief on this. NEIF, most of you on here probably know us or work with us. If you don't, we'd love to have you as an approved contractor. We offer all types of financing, utility financing program, no contractor fee, advanced rebate funding, a lot of exciting stuff happening. And we created this Go Greener Academy as an asset for you to provide a platform for sales training. I've been in sales training in this space for over 12 years. I've led teams. I've got to speak with the DOE and at different utilities and conferences. And everything I do is focused on sales training. I personally myself have sold, about 5 million in HVAC, in home performance, solar in homes. I've also managed a team selling up to 9 million in 1 year. So I've been there. I've been in the trenches. I actually love it. I love the process and everything about it. So creative ways to utilize your marketing. Everything we do starts with our marketing, right? When we talk, we can't really talk about sales, especially if we're talking about, making a concerted effort to do something different. Like, okay, we want to sell stronger through this shoulder season. We want to up our sales. We want to up our close ratio. We have a targeted sort of campaign around something. Well, we can't really separate that from our marketing. So that's just like a distinction I want to make clear. And I'm going to talk about ways that you utilize your marketing and can then connect that back to your sales team, and then make sure that your salespeople in the home have the tips and the tactics and the tools to close more deals and capitalize. So shoulder season marketing. I think everybody knows what I mean by shoulder season. I'll further explain that, but that's what we're in right now. This is the time that we're generally, I hear it all the time from contractors. Yeah, I'm just slow right now. And my response is always, yeah, definitely. What are you doing about it? And then I kind of get sometimes like a perk up. Well, I don't know. This is just the slow season. Well, okay. Well, what are you doing to change that? Right. So everything that I like to talk about is a mentality, right? Sure, we know this is the time of year where we're this is before the big, sort of summer rush with AC. This is after the big heating season. We get into this shoulder season. It happens also in the sort of in the early fall, where you can almost kind of skate by as a homeowner with, not much usage of your systems. So instead of having the mindset, oh, it's just seasonal, it's going to be slow, let's say, hey, what can we do to combat that? So that's where I first want to start. And I, like I said here, let's get creative, run seasonal promotions, utilize email marketing, implement calling campaigns. I'm even going to go as far as say that do drive-bys and stop-bys, to older clients that haven't said yes. And I know you're thinking, what? I'm going to get there. So anyways, let's check this out. So running promotions, I literally, in creating this presentation, I love to just kind of Google around and just see what's out there. I did this was a Google search that I just did. I said HVAC spring promotion. This image just came in images. If you just did this right now as a business owner or salesperson, if you just did HVAC spring promo and just Googled it and hit images on the bar up there, you'd see all these images of companies running promotions. And this one came up and I said, wow, that looks really nice. And that's all I did. This isn't anything we use. This, we're not partnered with Daikin on anything. This isn't an endorsement for Daikin. I think they make great stuff, but we have contractors that use all types of system. But this just popped right up and I said, wow, this looks really nice. This is exactly the type of thing I'm talking about, right? So one of the things to always think about in running promotional campaigns can be around discounts. And you can think about that in terms of your margin. What are you willing to give up in order to sell more now, to keep trucks moving, to keep money coming in? And so here, this says valid April 1st to June 30th. I would say, we're at the, mid-February. I would make that March 1st. I think June 30th is too late, if I were picking this apart, because it's already into the cooling season. So I would be sending this out right now, put in an email marketing campaign. If you do if you do flyers, if you do mailers, whatever it is, I'd make a whole campaign around something like this and say valid March 1st. Now you're creating urgency for your client. And then the follow-up March 1st and, ending, May 31st. So, and I'll piggyback on this, say, once we do that, then how do we hit the phones? How do we keep that language consistent all the way through? But I think we have this kind of old school mentality. Yeah, promotions don't really work. The fact of the matter is they do. I got one in the mail the other day and I actually called the contractor. So it does work, right? But it's up to you and your business and how you feel you want to operate those. So the real key, though, I would say, is that what we want to always continue to talk about is integrated marketing campaigns, and having your marketing campaign be consistent with your sales objectives. And if you have integrated marketing, when I say integrated, that means you're doing multiple things all sort of with the same the same end goal, then that connects through to your sales. So if you're going to run a promotion, you got to do email marketing. Like, if some of you, I'm sure on the line here, we do email marketing. Some of you, we haven't really done that. There's lots of CRMs out there these days that you can use. It's really so much easier than it was in the past. I wanted Peyton on this call specifically. She actually runs all of our marketing here at NEIF. And as we were talking about this, we said, yeah, if we want to be an asset to you. So if you're a contractor here and you're working with us and you say, hey, I have, Zoho, or I have this, CRM, but I'm not really sure how to set up an email campaign, set a half hour with us. We'll give you some tips. Maybe we can help you understand how to set up an email campaign, a drip campaign where you send multiple emails to your email list. And you do that. And so if again, you want to follow a process here, segment your audience. I don't need to go through all of these. You guys can read. You're going to get this slide as well. But one of the things I really want to focus is create a clear call to action, right? So this call to action is, call us now to access your spring promotion. Call us now to set up your estimate for our spring promotion. Call today to set your assessment and be a part of our spring discount. Whatever it is, that's a call to action. That's okay. I'm looking at it. Wow, I need to call now so I can be a part of this, right? So I'm actually going to put a resource here at the end that has this and has a whole article on how to create your email marketing campaigns yourself from scratch. So I understand some companies have lots of resources, some have limited, but again, in today's day and age, this is a lot easier than we think. And if we can create an email campaign that piggybacks onto our actual promotion, you're going to be much more successful. And then on top of that, what do we need to do? Well, this is just classic old school. We got to hit the phones. So I start to get fired up whenever I talk about phones and calling, because it's just like, it's a lost art. People think that we don't need to do it anymore. Oh, we're in this age of just, let's just text and let's just email. Not true. We need, as business owners, to understand that there's power in hitting the phones, leaving people messages, following up. And what I always say to any people that I train is that sales is cumulative, right? So if we create an integrated, multifaceted outreach process through promotions, whether you're doing mailers, email campaigns, etc., and then you hit the phones and you have the right language. Hey, hey, Mr. Jones, just wanted to give you a quick call. Did you see our email about our spring promo we're offering? I know you were interested in this, back a little while, just wasn't the right timing. No, I didn't see that. Well, hey, are you by your computer? Why don't you pull that up, or you can pull it up on your phone? Oh, I do see that. Oh, you guys are offering a nice discount. Hey, man, why don't you let me come by, stop by, tell you about it. I'd love to see if we can get you on our calendar and get this in before the cooling season, right? So you have to hit the phones and you have to tell your salespeople and track that and say, hey, I want you to make X amount of calls to X amount of people. I mean, that's true sales management, right? And understanding that, again, there's no silver bullet, but it's all of these things. And this is how we sell strong through the shoulder seasons, making a plan, putting it into action and following through. So another way that I would do this, and this is something I absolutely love, this is called the magic email. So I'm also going to give you a resource at the end here. And this is from one of my favorite sales trainers. His name is Chris Lytle, and the book's called The Accidental Salesperson. So I would do, let's talk about a specific idea of this campaign, which is something, something I sort of thought of, and we just, put together here. But it's really, if I was running a company right now, this is a great idea with all the, momentum beyond heat pumps. You can advertise the federal tax credits too, like get in now on the new federal tax credits, right? We have to create urgency. And again, get creative, like understand that you control your own destiny with creating urgency for your customers. So this is called the magic email. So not only would I do an email marketing campaign, a promo, phones, then I would have my individual salespeople say, hey, give me a list of 50 clients from the last year and a half that you got pretty far with, right? And we all know, like, meaning there was some back and forth. I want to do this. Maybe they were going to do it. Maybe they even said they were going to sign tomorrow, and then they went cold, and all of a sudden they disappeared. And so as a salesperson, you're always like, man, that's so frustrating. Like I had that sale. Like, and by the way, this person, they want to do it. So, they want to do what you're offering, right? That's also a mentality. That this is what's best for them. They know that this is best for them. For some reason, they didn't move forward. And there could be a variety of reasons, right? Maybe something happened in their life. Maybe, something financially, personally. We just don't know. So the best thing to do is not assume, right? Everybody knows the acronym. When you assume, you make a what out of you and me. There we go. Like it. All right. So this is what I would do. I would do all the things above. Then I would go to my individual sales website, give me 50 people. I want you to send this email. It's called the magic email. The subject line is just that, quick question. There is literally research now from all the fact that we get so many emails that people ignore half their emails. But if an email is coming from an individual that they know, and the subject line is just that, they psychologically, this comes into sales psychology now, they say, well, you know what? I can answer a quick question for them. And they're more apt to open the email. It's that simple. So they open the email, and then this is all it is. It's just a quick question. This isn't like a bait and switch, quick question. Then you have a long essay in there. Hey, how are you? Hope things are well. How's the family? Was really looking, blah, 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 blah. No one cares, right? So all it says is, John, I still have you on my waiting for list of people I'm expecting to hear from. Am I still on your radar, Ed? That's it. It's so powerful, this email. I have done this myself. I have called up deals. I have had my team do this. I guarantee you, if you, at the very least, even do this, if you can't do all the things we've talked about in the shoulder season, if you do this right now with your salespeople, with all your clients, you're going to get some people that get back to you. And the responses are amazing. They're all over the place. They're like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I just had stuff happening. I definitely want to talk to you, blah, blah, blah. Give me a call. Then what can they do? Get on the phone. Hey, we're running a spring promotion. Did you see it? You might not even see it. No, well, here's what it is. Why don't you let me stop by? I want to show you. I want to make sure we can get on, we can get this moving for you before this. This is how we create urgency. This is how you actually create momentum as a salesperson. You got to be in action. You got to be proactive, not sitting around saying, it's slow. That's not going to do anything, and hoping that deals come in. All right. One thing I always like to say to my people in sales is that there is no hope. And people are always like, what? What do you mean by that? Well, just that. There's no hope. There's only intention. So if you sitting around hoping that people are going to come back and sign deals isn't going to do anything for you, right? Oh, I hope this person calls me back. Well, what are you doing to get them to call you back? That's how this works. So this is an incredible email. I've 100% put this in place and had guys, capture another 1 or 2 deals in the shoulder seasons just from doing this. So Lastly, again, I want to really stress this creating urgency topic. And I want to give you, and I try to do this as much as I can, just actually give you some real solid takeaways. I know in sales, it's not easy to just, fully implement things all the time. We're busy, but I would challenge you, one, to make the time, have your sales meetings on a monthly basis. It's everything you can do for sales is worth it, because I guarantee you're not doing enough right now. And that's just the nature of contracting. We're so busy, I understand, but when we make time for sales, it's going to pay off. So this is some language around creating urgency. Now your salesperson's in the home. You've kind of done all these things that say they've got to the home, they're doing the estimates, they're talking to the people, they've got the promos, and now they're saying, hey, listen, I know you want to do this, Mr. Jones. I know you're excited for it. We both know it's the right thing for you and your family. Listen, we're starting to get booked out. So let's get this signed and get you on the calendar so you're comfortable in saving energy the second it gets warm. Does that sound like a plan? All right, great. We'll put you on right now. That is an agreement question. Does this sound like a plan? So it's not saying, are you interested? We already know they're interested. We've been through this, the whole dance. Of course they're interested. They want to do it. Does it sound like a plan? The plan is getting going now to get on the calendar so they're comfortable the second it gets warm, right? So everything I do is really based around language. How are we saying what we're saying in this? I could do a whole session on sales psychology. I find it incredibly interesting what words trigger what in people's minds and where their head goes. But again, you can give this script idea to your guys. Say, hey, we're starting to get booked out. Let's get this signed, get you on the calendar so you're comfortable in saving energy the second it gets warm. Does that sound like a plan, Mr. Jones? Great. Let's get this signed today, and I'll get you on. Why don't we pull up your calendar now? Another thing we can do, this is kind of in the line with the running a promo around, a dollar amount, and I've done this before too and found it to be pretty effective, is just looking at my margin, say, I'd be, if we could get, 5, 6, 7, 8 more deals right now, I'd be willing to part with 5%, margin on these deals because it is a little slower right now. And again, when we talk about shoulder seasons, a lot of times it's not like we need, 50 more deals, but we just maybe need 5 to 10 more deals. And that's a big deal, right? It could be a $20,000 job here, 10, 15, 30, and all of a sudden, wow, that's helped us, get to the high season. So a 5% discount is a way to do this within your margin. You're in the home and say, hey, listen, it's a bit of a slow season for us now. So now you're acknowledging that. And it's not just like a salesy pitch. You're saying, hey, yeah, it is a little slow for us right now. This is what we kind of call the shoulder seasons. But listen, Mr. Jones, if you can agree to get this project started now, I can offer you an additional 5% discount. I've already gotten this approved by my manager. We'd love to do more business with you. We'd love to do business in your area. Maybe you can refer us to a few people once we do such a great job for you. Does that sound good? Does that sound like a plan? Yeah, you know what? That does sound good. Listen, I really appreciate that. And by the way, that 5% on your job, that's $800. So have your numbers in your head, right? So again, sales comes with planning. It comes with being professionally persistent. It comes with creating urgency. I hope I've outlined some things that you can do to be proactive in the shoulder seasons to capture more sales. I hope this really, can provide a platform where you can give some tangible things to your sales guys. And with that, I will open it up for questions. But before I do that, I want to say we're going to email this out, and I actually put these links here for you. So again, you're going to get this deck. Everything we have is also recorded and on our Go Greener site. So we have, Peyton, let's make sure we include just the link to the Go Greener page too. We're starting to build a big catalog here. We have like 6 or 7 sessions now, lots of different topics. We put what we feel is the best of the 2 recorded versions up. And, even if you listen to one of them in the past, maybe go back and listen to it again, listen to it with your sales team, create a sales meeting around it. It might not even be the episode you listen to, and you maybe catch some more stuff, because I'm not saying the same thing every time. That's sales. You gotta mix it up. So, but I really like this email marketing thing. I found it online myself and was like, wow, this is really good. How to create an email campaign from scratch. It happens to be through Salesforce, not an endorsement for Salesforce. I don't think it's very expensive, and don't think you necessarily need that. That being said, there are some contractors I know that use Salesforce, incredibly helpful, and use it great. But there's tons of CRMs out there. This is just a guide to how you can do it. And then The Accidental Salesperson, I cannot recommend this book enough to anybody that's, techs that are trying to get into sales, people that haven't really done sales, that are moving into sales, even sales managers. One of my favorite books on the market. All right, that's it. Thanks so much for your time, everyone. Sorry for that little bit of delay up front. But yeah, got it in here in the half hour, and I'm happy to stay on for a few minutes and answer any questions if you might have them. And you can just chat them in the chat box here, and Peyton will relay them to me.
I'm not seeing anything so far, but we'll give it a few minutes. If you've got questions about anything at all, we are here to help get them answered for you.
Don't be shy. This is sales. No, I'm kidding. But I do again want to stress that we are going to send an email out with this that has this recorded version, as well as, the link to all of our past sessions. Again, our goal here at NEIF is to create a resource for you. We want to be partners in helping you grow your business. We also do this every month, so I think we may have a special guest speaker next month. So I'm excited about that. So stay tuned on that.